90-Day Fiancé Loren Brovarnik reveals cast members' lawsuit threats. 90-Day Fiancé star Loren Brovarnik has been through many controversies over the past few months. It all began when the 36-year-old began her mommy makeover, doing multiple cosmetic surgeries. Some accused her of being obsessed with her appearance. It even came to a point where she had issues with some of her co-stars. However, Loren recently revealed that one cast member almost sued her. Keep reading to see who it was. 90-Day Fiancé, Loren Brovarnik continues to receive criticism. Loren doesn't hold back regarding her haters on and off cameras. In June, the 90-Day Fiancé star uploaded a photo of her with a controversial statement about a society that's trying to be perfect. In a world and society that tries to be perfect and thinks everything is perfect BC, we only see what is on social media via edited videos, pictures or reels. Don't be perfect, she added, before saying that the photo was taken by her husband while she was picking her nails. But Loren faced backlash with her post. Many people called her out for her audacity to talk about a society that's trying to be perfect despite all the modifications she had done all over her body. Loren reveals cast members' threats. In an Instagram post, Loren shared a clip of herself enjoying her meal. Coming from a selfish, chauvinistic bottom feeder, do you boo? If it makes you happy, do it. Love you all, haters and supporters, she captioned. The 90-Day Fiancé star later talked about Big Ed, who called her a bottom feeder online. According to Loren Brovarnik, Big Ed planned to sue her for defamation after she openly expressed her hatred for him during the recent episode of Happily Ever After? Season 8. But she clarified that she's not trying to fire back at Big Ed, adding that she quickly lets go of things and moves on. But some people think part 2 of Tell All tells a different story. 90-Day Fiancé, Loren Brovarnik confronts Big Ed. During part 2 of 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Tell All, Loren confronted Big Ed for calling her a bottom feeder online, which may be his attempt to defame her. Things escalated quickly when Big Ed told Loren that he couldn't wait for her segment to hear her talk about her perfect marriage. This made Loren Brovarnik upset. She explained that she doesn't have a perfect marriage, but she has a supportive husband who doesn't mistreat women like he does. Loren then confessed to Big Ed that she truly dislikes him. Some cast members, including Loren's husband, had to step in to defuse the situation. But Jasmine made things worse by taking Big Ed's side and mentioned how Loren seemingly wants to show everyone that she has a perfect marriage. 90-Day Fiancé, does Loren Brovarnik show off too much? Signs she sets herself up for backlash. It appears Loren Brovarnik provokes 90-Day Fiancé fans to maintain relevance on social media. She last appeared in 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 8, during which she underwent a mommy makeover against her husband Alexei Brovarnik's wishes. Loren felt insecure about her body after giving birth to their 3 children and wanted to improve her physical appearance through cosmetic surgery. Later in the season, Loren and Alexei clashed again when she expressed her desire to return to work full-time, but Alexei wasn't supportive. He asked her to prioritize her duties as a mother and wife. Loren's recent fashion fail shows how much she cares about being liked. Loren seems desperate to win the adoration of her fans. Loren's social media posts seeking attention are one of the reasons she receives criticism. Over time, the mother of 3 has shared an excessive amount of mirror selfies with the same pose. She has also displayed good and bad outfits, leading some to despise her fashion sense. In January, Loren posted 2 mirror selfies wearing torn blue jeans, a black top, and pale shoes. She faced significant criticism for promoting the basic attire, with fans questioning why she shared 2 similar photos. Despite this, she likely appreciated the engagement she received on her post. Loren's still trying to make her marriage seem perfect. Loren sees herself and Alexei as a rare and special couple. Most fans admired Loren and Alexei's relationship when they got married in 2016, but their perceptions changed when they realized the couple wasn't as perfect as they portrayed on social media. Now there's speculation that Loren tries too hard to make her marriage seem perfect. Loren and Alexei appear to have many disagreements, particularly regarding Loren's cosmetic surgery plans and career aspirations. Fans dissect Loren's interviews and social media posts for clues about issues in their relationship. Recently, Loren shared Alexei's controversial comment about her braces, which many 90 Day Fiancé fans found concerning. Loren's been embroiled in scandals. Loren thrives on getting involved in controversies. 90 Day Fiancé. I'm convinced Loren and Alexei Brovarnik would break up without reality TV. Their marriage needs attention to survive. Alexei and Loren Brovarnik are among my favorite cast members, but I believe their marriage wouldn't survive without the exposure the 90 Day Fiancé franchise brings them. Loren met Alexei on a birthright trip in Israel and thought he was perfect for her. They began dating, and by the end of the trip, the couple was engaged. Eventually, Loren applied for Alexei's K-1 visa and brought him to the United States. Despite cultural and religious differences, they married in September 2015 in the United States and documented their romantic journey in 90 Day Fiancé Season 3. Over the years, Loren and Alexei have appeared in different spin-offs. They even had their spin-off, Loren and Alexei, after the 90 Days, where they shared updates on their life post-marriage. I was surprised to see them planning to move to Israel, but they postponed their plans due to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In 2020, Loren and Alexei welcomed their first child, Shai. They had their second baby, Asher, in 2021 and seemed happier than ever as parents of two. I thought they had achieved the family they desired. However, they surprised fans by having another child, Ariel, in 2022. Loren and Alexei still fight like newly married couples. Loren and Alexei should have resolved their issues by now. While Loren and Alexei may appear to be compatible, I believe their reality TV appearances have hindered their maturity, resulting in ongoing arguments akin to those of unmarried cast members. Over the last 2 years, they have faced significant challenges that typically cause strain on a relationship. These issues should have been addressed early in their marriage, yet they have failed to find solutions. During their recent appearance on 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 8, Alexei disagreed with Loren's decision to undergo cosmetic surgery and tried to persuade her to cancel the procedure. Loren and Alexei's recent arguments on the 90 Day Fiancé spin-off suggest that they still don't know each other well despite being married for 10 years. In my opinion, Alexei should have anticipated Loren would want a makeover after having 3 children. He should have been aware of his wife's insecurities long before they had their first child. The on-screen issues of Alexei and Loren prove they are lacking in understanding each other at a deeper level. They argue about issues most couples resolve within the first few years of marriage. Loren and Alexei still don't understand each other. Alexei doesn't want Loren to work. Loren and Alexei are still not in agreement about their future. I was surprised when Loren took Alexei on a date to discuss her desire to work. The mother of 3 tried to share her perspective, but rejected the idea and immediately shut her down. Alexei preferred that Loren focus on being a housewife rather than taking on a new job. Their differences could potentially lead to a breakup. However, the show provides them with a platform to express their frustrations in a public setting with producers present. Loren and Alexei enjoy being relevant on TV. Loren and Alexei don't share many commonalities. Loren and Alexei have a few things in common. Loren grew up in America and enjoyed her life in Florida. Meanwhile, Alexei was born in Ukraine, spent time in Israel, and briefly served in the military. I believe Loren and Alexei don't have much in common except for the desire to be relevant on social media. They both enjoy appearing on the show, which gives them a platform to share their stories instead of keeping their issues private. I doubt Loren and Alexei would be as close if they didn't have the 90 Day Fiancé franchise in common. Loren and Alexei are social media influencers. Loren and Alexei depend on reality TV fans. Loren and Alexei have enjoyed being a part of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. I believe the show has provided them with many reasons to stay together, including their careers as social media influencers. Their relationship has survived so long because the show gives them a shared purpose. As social media influencers, they have been able to divert their attention from marital issues, allowing them to focus on other aspects, such as earning more money online. Loren and Alexei enjoy engaging with their fans, producing content for them, and receiving attention. Loren and Alexei are constantly filming. They seemingly have a work relationship. I also believe that Loren and Alexei have a more friendly relationship than a romantic one. They seem to have a bond that's rooted in their work, strengthening their marriage. Over the last decade, Loren and Alexei have filmed hundreds of episodes. 90 Day Fiancé, Loren Brovarnik reveals concerning health update after cryptic hospital photos. 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Star Loren Brovarnik is worrying her fans by posting about her ill health after recently sharing a cryptic holiday update. Loren is a mom of 3 from Florida and is married to Alexei Brovarnik from Israel. Loren and Alexei met over a decade ago while she was on a birthright trip. Loren welcomed her first baby in 2020 and then had 2 more back-to-back pregnancies. They took a toll on Loren's health, physically and mentally. Loren spoke about having postpartum depression. Loren was able to fix her abdominal diastasis with a natural mommy makeover. However, Loren has to deal with a new illness as 2024 ends. Loren took to Instagram to share a picture of her and son Asher looking pale and unwell. She wrote that it was Christmas Eve and Hanukkah Eve, but both she and Asher had got the stomach flu. Loren's next story a couple of hours later was just a picture of Asher lying in bed, sleeping. The young mom thanked every single person who had messaged, texted, and not called. Loren added, "We are hanging in there." A day later, Loren decided to give fans an update. She revealed that the stomach flu had spread throughout the house. What Loren's latest health update means after secret hospital visit. Loren has been keeping secrets from fans. Loren was trying to find the silver lining to the dreadful situation. Loren wanted to think that she was getting it all out and leaving in 2024. She and her family were going to start 2025 strong and on a fit and healthy note. Loren was in the hospital in November. She'd taken a selfie with her hand placed under her chin with no makeup on. The picture next to it was of a closed door with the sign MRI Zone on it. Loren never explained what she was doing in the hospital, especially in the MRI zone. Loren's message to her fans at the time was to not judge someone without knowing what they were going through. She added that one can never know what someone is going through behind a smile, behind tears, or behind closed doors. Loren has been facing some backlash lately for her content. She's been mocked for posting selfies of her crying. Loren perhaps wanted viewers to show some compassion towards her. However, Loren has not been able to improve her image despite her efforts, especially since some viewers think she has a superiority complex. Our take on Loren revealing worrisome health update during holiday season. Loren's source of income will be affected. Loren is not feeling well, and now her family has also been affected. Loren loves sharing updates on Instagram, especially during the festive season. Her illness has ensured that Loren is unable to leave her house. Loren might really get sympathy from fans without having to resort to cryptic posts that act like clickbait. 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Star Loren is a mommy influencer and makes money through social media. Her inability to share content during this crucial time means Loren is hurting and hoping she can return to feeling better when 2025 begins. 90 Day Fiancé's Loren Brovarnik celebrates major relationship milestone with Alexei after exposing cracks in marriage. Loren Brovarnik from 90 Day Fiancé is revealing her current relationship update with husband Alexei Brovarnik after confirming that it's not a perfect marriage after all. Loren from New York was on a birthright trip to Israel where she met Alexei, who was the medic for her tour group. Loren and Alexei feel for each other quickly and were engaged by the end of Loren's trip. At first, it looked like Loren and Alexei were one of those couples that make rash decisions and end up splitting within the first few years of the show. However, Loren and Alexei proved their critics wrong. They are celebrating more than a decade of being together in 2003. Loren recently revealed that she was celebrating a big day with Alexei. She posted a throwback picture of her husband. Alexei was wearing a red t-shirt with beige pants and posing in a scenic location. Loren tagged the place as Tiberias, Israel, and revealed that the photo was clicked when she met him. 11 years ago I met this guy, his name is @Alex_Brovarnik, I snuck this photo, Loren wrote in her caption. Loren added that she is still sneaking pics of Alexei to this day. Alexei reposted the story by wishing his wife a happy meet anniversary. What Loren's 11 years of togetherness with Alexei means amid divorce rumors. Will Loren and Alexei stay together to complete 12 years together? Loren and Alexei have been losing their fan-favorite status over the years after viewers realized that they aren't really the definition of the most perfect 90-day fiancé couple. It was Loren's decision to do Happily Ever After Season 8 that sparked rumors of marital trouble between them. Alexei's not being supportive of Loren's decision to go under the knife, his lack of motivation to look after the house while Loren recovered, and bluntly telling her he wouldn't be her cheerleader when she decided to go back to working a job, all showed that he wasn't an ideal husband. Loren had just been good at hiding her relationship issues better despite being a person who's made social media her bread and butter. Alexei's misogyny came to light in Happily Ever After? And Loren slowly started posting cryptic responses to his behavior, going to the extent of criticizing him for not supporting her during her altercation with Thais Ramon and Sophie Sierra at the tell-all. Moreover, Alexei was slammed for trying to get a free spa session for Loren on her birthday and recently made a distasteful comment about how Loren looks younger with braces. Our take on the reality of Loren and Alexei's major relationship milestone. How Loren is trying to save her marriage. Loren, trying to celebrate these relationship milestones with Alexei on social media, shows she's trying her best to overcome their differences. She knows it's a big deal for her to have saved the marriage for a decade, especially when other franchise couples, especially the ones from older 90-day fiancé seasons, didn't end up gaining the icon status like them. Loren and Alexei are the only couple from older seasons who are still relevant and getting to star in major shows or getting their own spin-offs. Loren genuinely loves Alexei despite the rough patch they're currently facing. 90-day fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 8, are Loren Brovarnik and Alexei Brovarnik still together? Loren Brovarnik and Alexei Brovarnik were no longer the perfect couple after their 90-day fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 8 appearance. Loren and Alexei debuted in 90-day fiancé Season 3 and spent several years in the franchise, unlike other couples. Their story of togetherness was used as an example while describing the perfect 90-day fiancé fairy tale, but the cracks in this relationship were finally exposed after Loren took some time out from marriage and motherhood to focus on herself. Alexei damaged his squeaky clean reputation. It was the first time in years fans saw Alexei behaving unkindly towards his wife. Loren seemed to agree to Alexei's demands without protesting. However, it was all caught on camera for fans to see. It raised questions about Alexei and Loren's relationship status after the show ended. Did Loren and Alexei stay together or did they get divorced? Loren and Alexei married in 2015. Loren and Alexei had 2 weddings. Loren and Alexei met in 2013 in Israel when she came across the Menach during her free, 10-day birthright trip. Alexei is originally from Ukraine but relocated to Israel with his family when he was 10 years old. Loren was only interested in a casual fling, but things took a serious turn quickly. Alexei ended up proposing to Loren at the end of her short trip. Once Loren and Alexei applied for their K-1 visa, she flew to Israel 5 times a year to see Alexei. He married Loren on September 6, 2015, in Florida. Loren and Alexei decided to have 2 90-day fiancé weddings so both their families could get a chance to attend the ceremony. They flew to Israel a year later and got married again in July 2016. Since then, a lot has happened in Loren and Alexei's lives. They've even thought of moving to Israel for good, as documented in their Loren and Alexei, after the 90 Days spin-off. Loren and Alexei welcomed 3 kids since 2020. Loren had 3 babies within 3 years. Loren announced she was expecting her first baby during an episode of What Now? In 2019. In October 2019, Loren shared that they were going to be parents, and she was particularly excited since the baby was conceived in Israel. The couple went on their first baby moon in Mexico. Their first son, named Shai Joseph Brovarnik, was born on April 14, 2020. Loren and Alexei differed on how many kids they wanted because Alexei wanted more. Their second child, Asher Noah Brovarnik, was born on August 16, 2021, while they welcomed a daughter, Ariel Raya, on their wedding anniversary in 2022. Loren and Alexei disagreed over her mommy makeover surgery. Alexei's misogynistic side was revealed. Loren had 3 kids and the back-to-back deliveries took a toll on her health and body. Loren opened up about having abdominal diastasis, a condition where the abdominal muscles separate during or after pregnancy. Loren has said that her abdominal diastasis is uncomfortable and that her muscles won't go back. She had 3 C-sections in 2.5 years, and she said that her body didn't get a break. Loren underwent a tummy tuck to correct her abdominal diastasis. Alexei was against Loren's cosmetic surgery. Alexei became worried after he heard about the potential complications and how he was going to have to help his wife recover. Apart from the tummy tuck, Loren was getting a 360 lipo from her chin, her arms, upper back, lower back, and thighs. She was going to do a fat transfer with that lipo to her chest. Loren's doctor informed Alexei that she was going to be inactive for 4 to 6 weeks. Loren could have popped a blood vessel or a suture if she lifted anything heavy like picking up a child. Alexei was going to have to drain tubes from Loren's body